Courtney and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to get this look. It is all, just kidding, it is mostly Fenty Beauty products. I played with the new lipsticks, the new eyeshadow palettes for fall. So if you are interested in how to get this look, then please continue to watch. So, funny story, I actually forgot to hold up the products I was using so you guys could see it. So this is the me that will be doing that for you. Also, I'll list everything in the description box below as well. For my brows, I didn't use the Fenty brow pencil just because it tends to tug a little and be a little drying. Instead, I used the new brow pen from Anastasia Beverly Hills in Ebony. And it's a super deep black shade, so next time I think I'm gonna pick up the medium brown. But I do enjoy the actual fluidity of the brow pen as a whole. I'm gonna clean that brow up with concealer per usual. However, I'm gonna leave my underbrow unblended for a second. And I'm gonna take my Fenty eye primer and add that to my lid. Then I'm gonna blend the primer into the concealer and sort of mesh those two together somewhere in the middle. I'm gonna be using the Snap Shadow palettes in 5 Peach and the new Fall palette in 10 Money. And going into the Peach palette first, I'm using the shade Shoot Your Shot and building that into and above my crease. Then going into the Money palette, I'm taking this brown shade, Rubber Bands, and adding that shade deeper into my crease. Usually I wouldn't blend a cool brown with a warm peach just because it tends to look a little muddy. However, for this look, I wasn't too concerned with it, seeing as how it's gonna act as more of an understated accent in the background than anything. Taking this round tip flat brush from ColourPop, I believe it's an E3 brush, and my Fenty eye primer, I'm gonna carve out a full cut crease right above my natural crease. And I'm gonna bring it all the way out towards my outer eyelid. Next, I'm gonna take the Fat Pocket shade, and that's gonna go on my outer eye corner at an angle. Then I'm gonna take Direct Deposit and place that on the center of my lid, blending it into the first shade we put down. Now going into Flash Money, I'm gonna place that in the inner eye area. I'm also gonna drag it over the top edge of the middle shade, meeting up to that deep green shade. This is just gonna add a little extraness to the look. Next, I'm gonna take my Fenty FlyLiner in Cause I'm Black and create a little wing. I love this liner because of the satin black of it all. It adds a little bit more movement to any look, which is dope. I'm gonna go ahead and set my brows here using the Brow MVP Sculpting Wax. And I actually really like this as a form of setting the brow. It's super easy to use and it holds the brows in place so nicely. I really didn't think I was gonna like it, but it turns out I use it the most out of all my brow mascaras right now. For face primer, I'm using the Soft Matte Instant Retouch Primer. This is the original primer formula. It's super moisturizing and pore minimizing at the same time. I love this stuff. While the primer is settling into the skin, I'm gonna go in with the Full Frontal Mascara from Fenty. The wand is flat on one side and rounded on the other, which is interesting, but I don't find that it translates to lifting or curling my lashes that well. I've used this mascara maybe like 3 to 4 times total, and I'm sort of indifferent about it. I'm adding my lashes from House of Lashes and Patrick Ta, always placing the center first and then adjusting both sides to fit my eye shape. I'm going in with the Fenty Soft Matte Longwear Foundation in 370, which is my normal everyday shade. But because I want to seem a little bit more tan, I'm gonna mix in my summer shade, which is 390. And I'm only gonna do like half a pump of 390. This foundation does get into my smile lines a little bit, but I do love this soft matte finish that it gives. For me, it's not that drying at all. It's a beautiful medium coverage that you can build up if you wanted to. And your skin just looks like flawless, but still natural, if that makes sense. For concealer, I'm first going in with my Urban Decay Stay Naked concealer. I still ended up creasing, which isn't a thing for the Stay Naked concealer, but the Fenty concealer creases pretty bad on me by itself, as you can see here. Next, I went in with my Fenty Instant Retouch Powder in Banana. To set everywhere, we put the concealer. This powder is super blurring, but for my skin, it's also super drying as well. It's definitely best, I think, for oily skin types. Next, I'm going to contour with my Fenty Match Stick in Truffle. I always talk about this contour stick, so I'm not going to gas it up even more. Just know that like this is my favorite contour. For my nose, I like to use the number 180 concealer brush from Fenty. I feel like it's a perfect shape to get under my brows and to blend down the side of my nose. Another brush that's unlikely but effective is the 190 bronzer brush. Again, it's like the perfect shape for adding your bronzer exactly where you want it on the cheek, while lightweight carving out a deeper contour situation. It's a little bit of a learning curve, but this brush is pretty dope. By the way, I was bronzing with the Fenty Sunstalker bronzer in Beijing Gal. I've actually almost hit pan on this, so next go round I think I'm going to be picking up the Caramel Cutie shade as well to see what that does for my skin tone. Next, I'm going to take my setting powder in Honey, as well as my number 170 setting powder brush, and I'm going to do a very light dusting all over the face. I usually wouldn't do this with this specific powder, but because I was under a white hot light, I did end up sweating a little and needing a little boost of mattness. I used the Fenty Shimmer Stick in Beach Bum for blush. I'm going to add that to the highest part of my cheek at an angle, keeping it more towards the perimeter of the face, moving it slightly inward for a little bit of lift to the face. Getting back to the eyes, I'm using my Fenty Fly pencil in Spaghetti Straps. These pencils are super creamy and easy to use in the waterline. I believe originally in my Fenty Skin video, I used Puppy Eyes, which is a bronze metallic. You can use either depending on what you like more, but that's gonna go in the waterline. From the Money palette, I'm going to take Time is Money and buff that on my lower lash line. Below that peach eye pencil, not blending the two. I sort of want the waterline and lower lash line to have their own moment. I'm also going to stop that shade right before we hit that inner eye corner. For that, we're taking Need Receipts and swiping that on the lower inner eye corner, blending it into the other light green we put down. Switching to the Peach palette, I'm using Bellini Baby for my inner corner highlight. And for highlighter, I'm using this Killawatt Freestyle Duo, but I'm only going to use Afternoon Snack, which is the more satiny feeling highlighter. The other shade is going to be a little more glittery, which we aren't really going for today. But the first shade by itself is literally all you're going to need. Next, we're taking the What It Do setting spray to set everything into place, but also to loosen up any dry powder spots we might have. I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips with a deep red base brown, mainly because I don't have a burgundy lip pencil, and Fenty doesn't have lip liners yet. Then we're gonna take the Stunna Lip Paint in Underdog, which is the newest shade release for fall. These specific lipsticks are super liquidy when they go on, so just be careful as you apply them not to get it all over the place. They do have the tendency to get like on your teeth or bleed out if you're not like super precise with it. And while it is matte, they don't fully dry down, so you'll still get a little bit of transfer as well. But that is the look. That about does it for me. Hopefully this video was fun, inspiring, entertaining, all that great stuff. If so, please give me a thumbs up. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video if it is in your heart to do so, and I will see you guys in the next one.